This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
This is more serious than what we would have ever thought.
New at 11, RTV6 is working for you, sharing a health warning from an Indianapolis mom. She says she nearly lost her leg after using a hot tub while on vacation. We want to warn you, some of the images you're going to see tonight may be tough to watch.
RTV6's Graham Hunter shows you how a regular grooming habit could lead to an aggressive infection.
Changing the dressings was probably the worst.
Taylor Bryant is finally able to walk around after a debilitating infection in her right leg that started on her young family's first trip out of state over spring break in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
We got down there Sunday evening, and I started feeling sick on Wednesday.
By Thursday, she decided to get her leg checked out and ended up in the hospital. Doctors asked if she had been hiking. She hadn't. They wanted to know what else she had been doing.
Every night, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, we were in the hot tub and pool, and she said that's the only way that she could have thought that I would have got this infection is from a hot tub.
Doctors told her it was possibly Pseudomonas folliculitis, something people usually get from pools and hot tubs. She was given antibiotics and told to go straight back to Indianapolis to see her doctor.
So he started on me on another oral antibiotic, and I did those for 10 days.
She couldn't walk and had to use a wheelchair to get around.
Did it get any better during that time?
No.
That's when wound and infection specialists were called in as Bryant's leg got worse.
My husband even asked, he goes, are we talking like we're going to be able to fight this off? Are we talking about amputation? And they were like, there's nothing that we can promise right now.
The young mother was terrified.
You're literally thinking at that point that it's possible you're going to lose your leg.
Oh, I was a bawling mess in the room. I was like, I could be without a leg at 26.
She was started on IV antibiotics 20 hours a day for 4 days.
And within 24 hours, you could already see some of it like dying down.
The Mayo Clinic says folliculitis is common and results in inflamed hair follicles and says if it doesn't improve in a few days to see a doctor. Bryant was told by her doctors a common grooming activity can make it easier to enter the body.
You know, when you shave your legs, you are breaking skin to it, so that's opening areas on your legs.
The CDC recommends draining and cleaning hot tubs at least monthly.
If it's not properly clean, it's just going to stick against those walls.
As for Bryant, she's probably had her last soak.
I don't think I could ever do a hot tub.
Working for you from the South Side, Graham Hunter, RTV6.
Ann Bryant has a follow-up doctor's appointment next month. She says the hotel where they were staying refunded a week of their trip after she told them about the infection. And if you want to raise awareness about a health or safety issue, contact us at workingforyou@rtv6.com.
We enjoyed a pleasant evening out there, comfortable temperatures, plenty of people getting out to do some exercise this evening or get some dinner outside. The question is, will it stick around, Kevin?
Yes, rest of the work week, and it warms up a little bit over the weekend, but nothing too intense. 62 in Crawfordsville. You're about ready to lead the way. Montgomery County into the 50s. Indy warmer than surrounding spots. Big city impact there. All the downtown pavement. First thing in the morning, 60 degrees at 6 a.m. will still drop a little bit right after sunrise. 59, 63 at 8 a.m. Temperatures will move into the mid 70s by the time we get to noon. Lots of sunshine again during the day tomorrow. We'll manage 82 for the high temperature, and on the humidity scale will be in the comfort zone, and that's for Friday as well. Temperatures tomorrow, Kokomo, Greenfield, Columbus, take your pick, should all be in the low 80s tomorrow afternoon.
Work is underway to improve safety on a busy section of the Monon Trail after a car hit and killed a person walking. The stop signs at 161st Street in the Monon and Westfield now have flashing lights around them. The deadly accident at the crossing earlier this month has raised safety concerns to a new level. Many people on the trail do not stop before crossing the street and don't realize cars have the right of way.
People will step right out in front of the car. I mean, that's crazy. Because I'm so aware of it, because I ride and drive through this area, because I live up here, I give everybody a lot of room.
But we ask every pedestrian that's using the trail itself, before you cross, make sure that it's clear to do that. Our number one goal here in the city of Westfield and throughout, I would say throughout the country, is to make sure that trail users are safe.
The city of Westfield now plans to make a major change to improve safety, installing a tunnel under 161st Street. It is expected to cost around $5.5 million. The design phase is expected to wrap up next month.
This school year, Noblesville is adding something new to help keep students safe. dogs. The district says funding from a referendum that passed last year will be used to pay for safety dogs. 3 Labrador retrievers and their handlers will be used for all schools. Noblesville leaders say the dogs are trained to detect the scent of firearms. This is just one part of the district's overall safety plan, which has been in the spotlight after a student shot a classmate and teacher at Noblesville West Middle School in May of last year.
Police are looking for 2 suspects accused of trying to rob a man while he sat on the toilet. Officers were called to Columbia Street in Lafayette Sunday afternoon. The victim says 2 people kicked in his front door, found him in an upstairs bathroom, and pointed a gun. The man says he knew the gun was fake, so he grabbed it and fell down the stairs with the would-be robber. Both suspects ran away. The homeowner was not seriously hurt.
The state is so concerned about the Indianapolis Housing Agency's finances, it wants IHA to create a special task force. The recommendation from the State Board of Accounts comes after an audit of the housing agency. The executive director tells RTV6 IHA has launched an action plan in response to the audit results. Call 6 Investigates has been reporting on the financial mess within the agency over the past 2 years. For details on this latest report, go to the RTV6 app and click on this story. Sometimes people don't know how or where to get help when they need it, and that's why Indianapolis agencies are taking help to the community. Today, representatives went to homes near 10th and Sherman on the east side, offering services door to door. They say many neighbors are surprised by this new service, but they're grateful.
Well, it's kind of new, so people are kind of taken back by us knocking on their door in the first place. We explain what we're doing and why we're doing it. We have food on site. If people need care bags, we have those from IMPD, and Gleaners has provided those to us to deliver food right away.
The team also provided information about services, about health care, employment assistance, housing support, and more.
More neighborhoods around Indianapolis are getting road and sidewalk improvements. Today, the Board of Public Works approved a contract to repair roads. They are 91st Street from Ditch Road to Westfield Boulevard, 52nd Street from High School to Lafayette Road, and Harcourt Road from West Lane to Dugan Drive. The work is scheduled to start within a month.
The National Urban League Conference kicked off tonight. The president of the organization delivered a State of the Urban League address at Eastern Star Church. Indianapolis is hosting the event for the first time in 25 years. We spoke with the leader of the Indianapolis Urban League about the importance of this conference.
The issues facing urban communities and regions across the country, we're all dealing with everything from high unemployment to violence, crime, poor quality schools. We're dealing with health disparities. And so we're able to come together, share information, learn, figure out how to collaborate so that we can go back to all of our respective communities to address these challenges that we're facing.
Much of the conference will be held at the Indiana Convention Center downtown. It goes through Saturday. Several Democratic presidential hopefuls are scheduled to speak at the conference, and a variety of events are on the agenda, including panel discussions, workshops, health screenings, and much more. One of those events will focus on hiring Hoosiers. A 2-day career and networking fair goes from 11 to 5 tomorrow and Friday at the Convention Center. Organizers say this is not your average career fair.
We've got lots of opportunities for professional development in addition to companies who are recruiting for people to find jobs. We'll have a place where you can get your headshot done, upload it to your LinkedIn profile. We have people doing mock interviews. We have people doing resume critiques. We have people doing LinkedIn critiques. We have people who will do coaching for you. So professional career coaching, 30 minutes, all for free. All these things are free.
62 companies will be there, including Eli Lilly, Enterprise, IU Health, Roche Diagnostics, and Zimmer Biomet.
Hiring Hoosiers is also shining a light on unique classroom programs as students head back to school. Indian Creek Elementary in Lawrence Township is preparing kids for jobs that do not even exist yet. The creative STEM programming curriculum focuses on hands-on learning in science and technology. In one class, students learn to code sensors for robots. Kids say the experiments make learning fun.
It's not like doing any other school, like paperwork or schoolwork. You get to actually do fun things, engineering, and that's fun.
You get more experience and get more hands-on activity.
Students in the elementary building will take part in 24 unique STEM experiences, 4 in each grade level. You can read more about the program by going to hiringhoosiers.com and clicking on this story.
A beloved holiday tradition is changing. The free Christmas lights display at Reynolds Farm in Fishers, well, it's moving. Gary Reynolds and his family are donating the lights to Conner Prairie. Both sides made the announcement today. The display will be part of a new holiday attraction called A Merry Prairie Holiday Festival.
The Conner Prairie team is thrilled that the Reynolds family and Reynolds Farm Equipment has decided to donate the Reynolds Christmas light display to Conner Prairie for the next 2 years to add a sparkle and wonder to our new winter festival.
The Reynolds light display started over 25 years ago as a gift to my sister and I, my brothers, our parents, because they enjoyed holidays so much and they enjoyed Christmas lights, and they strung them all over the house, and so we had to do that. So we've done it all of our lives, so we might as well just keep doing it. And so, but we really enjoyed giving that gift to them, and so it's in that same spirit that we'd like to give that same gift to keep on giving and give it here to Conner Prairie.
Conner Prairie says most of the 400 Reynolds Christmas light structures will be on display. The new holiday festival will go from November 29th through December 31st. You'll be able to enjoy some public pools in Indianapolis a little longer. Indy Parks announced Garfield Park Pool and Douglas Park Pool are extending hours through Labor Day. They'll be open from 11 to 6 most weekends in August. The director of Indy Parks says the department is grateful to have several lifeguards sign up to staff those additional hours.
Equifax is moving forward to pay or assist nearly 150 million people impacted by a security breach. And you can find out if you're affected.
And home surveillance systems are making it easier to find suspects tonight. Sheriff's deputies want you to know if you recognize this man after a rash of crimes overnight. You're watching RTV6 News at 11.
Budget at Ross. Yes for less.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Investigators say a man caught on a home surveillance camera may be behind a string of thefts in Hamilton County. The sheriff's office posted this video on social media. Deputies are investigating thefts from vehicles in a burglary in the northwest part of the county along Hinesley Road, Mule Barn Road, Jerkwater Road, and State Road 38. The crimes happened between midnight and 7 o'clock this morning. What's next? After former special counsel Robert Mueller testified to Congress for more than 7 hours. ABC's Mona Kosar Abdi is in Washington with reaction from both sides of the aisle.
It's the moment Democrats had been waiting for.
As you know, in May 2017, the acting attorney general asked me to serve as special counsel.
But Mueller's highly anticipated testimony on Capitol Hill provided little revelations. Mueller refused to read from his report, often deflecting to it as Democrats pushed him on his decision not to clear the president of obstruction. Meanwhile, Republicans took a more aggressive approach, calling into question his reputation.
Credibility is always relevant. It's always material, and that goes for you, too.
Mueller defended his team and against the president's characterization of his investigation as a witch hunt, and most notably made it clear that he did not clear the president on obstruction.
Did you actually totally exonerate the president?
No.
As to why he did not push to interview Trump during his investigation.
Why didn't you subpoena the president?
The reason we didn't do the interview is because of the length of time it would take to resolve the issues.
Regardless, President Trump declared the hearings a win for the Republican Party and for himself.
Republicans that defended something and defended something very powerful, very important, because they were really defending our country.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi also calling the moment historic.
It is a crossing of a threshold in terms of the public awareness of what happened and how it conforms to the law.
However, Pelosi and House Intel Chair Adam Schiff remain firm on their stance, rejecting calls to impeach President Trump and stating that House Democrats will continue to pursue their investigations. Mona Kosar Abdi, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
If the Equifax data breach impacted you, you can now file a claim for compensation. We told you Monday the company agreed to a $700 million settlement with the Federal Trade Commission. The 2017 hack exposed the personal information of nearly 150 million people in the U.S. You could be eligible for payouts of up to $20,000 or free credit monitoring. If you're not sure if you qualify, you can find out by going to EquifaxBreachSettlement.com. We do have a link for you on the RTV6 app.
Cirque du Soleil is back in Indianapolis, and this time the show features acrobats and ice skaters. Well, the new performance, Crystal, debuted at Bankers Life Fieldhouse this evening. Of course, aerial acrobatics are still a big part of the production. Performers say it combines the best of both worlds.
I've always loved doing show, and I'm a big fan of Cirque du Soleil, so I knew I had to be part of this show. As I'm performing the show, I'm also watching it happen, and sometimes I find myself pinching myself because I'm not really realizing that people pay good money to see the show, and I get to see it every single night.
Crystal will be at Bankers Life through Sunday. There are matinee performances over the weekend, and it looks awesome just seeing these short clips.
Well, you're an ice skater. Are you jealous? Do you want to be on the ice with them?
I was jealous I didn't get to go do that shoot today.
Oh, man.
That looked like so much fun. It's so cool to see.
They move around. You forget they're on ice. Right.
So fast.
Smooth.
I'm impressed with them doing all the acrobatics with it, because that's beyond me.
A long time before we have ice on bridges here in central Indiana or anything like that.
We're way down the line.
Yeah, we're cruise control. 3.18, that's the rainfall amount for Indianapolis this month so far. Our 3-day dry stretch will turn into a 7-day dry stretch. No rain in the forecast through the weekend. Next best opportunity for showers and thunderstorms arrives on Monday. High pressure sits over northern Illinois. We're barely on the mild side. This will gradually drift to the east, and when it does, it will change our wind direction. But for now, clear nights, sunny days, and below average temperatures expected as we get into tomorrow. Temperature right now, Indianapolis warmer than surrounding areas, in some cases significantly. 7 degrees warmer than Peru. It's 64 in Lafayette, and almost ready to drop into the 50s down in Bloomington at 61. We'll all be united tomorrow morning in the upper 50s, 59 in Indy. Temperatures continue to warm gradually as we get to the weekend. Overnight low temperatures will generally be around that 70-degree mark. One thing I've changed here from earlier forecast today is just kind of slow the warming trend a little bit. We didn't hit 80 today. Tomorrow's almost a persistence forecast. Really, there's nothing that fundamentally changes. May get just a little warmer with a light wind. So we'll go with 82, step it up a bit on the Friday at 86, and then almost to the 90-degree mark as we go into the weekend. As far as rating the day, I definitely put it at a 9 or a 10. Another beautiful day. We talked about the humidity and pretty much being non-existent. That leads to a lot of enjoyment of these temperatures that are about 3 degrees below average for this time of the year. Temperatures low 80s, sunshine start to finish tomorrow. You'll need the sunglasses as you head out. Compare these to the average highs I mentioned of 85, and you can see we'll be just short of that for one more day. As we get to Friday, we should get to average temperatures or above. We'll have a few more clouds in the afternoon, but not leading to any rain. Temperatures that are in the mid-80s, warm into the upper 80s over the weekend. Saturday, 89. On Sunday, just a touch more humidity. That kind of primes the atmosphere for this daily chance for showers and thunderstorms. More clouds. The rain around, temperatures start to fall back into the mid-80s from the peak temperature on a Sunday of 90, and the warmest morning ahead will be 71 degrees on Monday morning. This has been a beautiful July.
I am not complaining about it.
And if you did, I wouldn't listen.
Right. We were up at Grand Park when the Colts were rolling in today. They had the sprinklers on the new turf up there because it was that kind of day, but the weather looks like it's going to cooperate well for these first couple days of practice. So we will get you set for day number 1. The Colts are there. Everything is in place. We'll hear from some of the particulars coming up next.
At Ashley Home Store, this is home.
Hey, welcome to Westfield. Let's get a look at T.Y. Hilton arriving for training camp. The Colts receiver showing off a new line of gear, including this. Look at this, the T.Y. t-shirt and the new hat with the Ghost 13 logo on it. He's got a website as well. 13inc.com is the address. The Wakanda backpack, you can't get that. That's custom. That's some cool stuff for T.Y. He'll be on the field for day 1 of practice coming up tomorrow. That's where we start here tonight. Thanks for staying up with us on this Wednesday. Only 7 more Sundays until the Colts kick off the 2019 regular season in San Diego. The first 3 of those weeks leading up to it will be spent at Grand Park as training camp opens up to the public public once again. We showed you TY rolling in. Here's a look at some more of the players coming to the media availability this morning. More of a trickle in as opposed to the old mass arrivals in years past. We heard from several guys this morning, the common theme being expectations. They are high from many on the outside and no less from within.
It's crazy what a difference a year makes, but really that doesn't matter. Our expectations are within our team, and our goal is to go out there and win every game, just like our goal was to do that last year. So really for us, there's no expectations.
I feel like the expectations are there because that's what they're there for. They have to say, you know, there's some teams are good, some teams are bad, but you have to just know that you have to continue to get better and do not let those distractions get to you.
I keep it like a little laser-eye focus, so I don't really worry too much about the outside noise. So I come in with the same mentality as I did last year, just to compete for a starting job and just be the best player I can be.
And we will get a chance to hear from Andrew Luck tomorrow. We did not see much of him on the field in May or June. The Colts quarterback dealing with a calf injury. General Manager Chris Ballard did talk today. He says they are being very smart about bringing Luck and others back from injuries.
You know, we don't want him to get out here and have a setback. You know, and we've become so process oriented and taking the right. I mean, if we learned anything, you know, when I walked in the door through the first injury he had, let's just make sure we're taking the right steps. Let's do look. We're getting ready to play the Chargers. You know, that's where our mindset is right now.
If you're heading up to training camp this weekend, here are some notes. Practice starts at 2. The first of those is tomorrow. Tickets are free. Don't forget, though, you have to download online. Colt City will open at 1 o'clock. The main parking is in Lot C at the Grand Park Event Center. Follow the signs up through there. And the clear bag security policy will be in place. You can find more details about all of this online. In many years past, we'd be getting ready for the Brickyard 400 this weekend. That'll wait until September again this season. But some online racers were turning laps around a digital IMS tonight as part of NASCAR's eSports League. It's called the NASCAR Heat Pro Series, based off the popular video game. Get a look at the realistic stock car racing this thing shows off on the Brickyard Oval. Most of NASCAR's big-time teams have online drivers. They have divisions for PlayStation 4 and Xbox. And they ran 35 lap features tonight, included a competition caution. Get a look at the front stretch. Great stuff there. Big money in this series for the champions. They have playoffs and all of it. You can watch on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. They stream on Wednesdays all summer. Very cool. How about some real racing? Second half of the USAC Indiana Sprint Week getting started tonight at Terre Haute. On the half mile, Tyler Courtney taking the checkered flag in the A main. Justin Grant, the runner-up. Kevin Thomas Jr., Chris Wyndham, Brady Bacon round out the top 5. It's the second feature win in the 5 events at Sprint Week for Sunshine. Tyler Courtney. They got 3 to go this week. They continue tomorrow night at Lincoln Park Speedway in Putnamville. Hey, we'll be live at Colts Camp tomorrow night at 5 and 6. Hope you'll join us then. Back to wrap up tonight's news at 11 next.
August 2nd through 18th.
Welcome back. Kids across Indianapolis will have backpacks full of supplies on the first day of school thanks to AT&T. Today, employees in the company's downtown building stuffed 1,000 book bags with school supplies for IPS students. It's part of the corporation's Believe Indy project to help improve communities.
Well, everybody believes in education and knows how important it is to get those resources to students, particularly the ones that might be resource challenged.
AT&T contributed $5,000 for the school supplies. The backpacks include pencils, notebooks, rulers, and more.
Well, if you haven't decided that maybe you're ready to go to bed is what I'm saying, but check out the southern sky. You can see Jupiter there before you nod off to sleep. 59, that's our temperature tomorrow morning. A little warmer Friday morning, definitely warmer as we step into the weekend. Temperatures eventually back to 90 by Sunday.
All right, thanks for choosing RTV6 News at 11. It's been great having you along.
Have a good night.